Hello and welcome back to a new era with Arsenal on FM19. We're really whacking through this first season now. We're pretty much at the end. We're in the last week, the last few episodes of this series now. Probably is going to be the last few episodes. I'm sort of just got my hands on a custom database that lets me sort of start putting together my main save. There's a few little tweaks need doing with it. Hopefully it'll be sorted soon. But yeah, we're good to go. I want to do some kits for it as well. But let's crack on with this. We're doing the Arsenal save. I may run this alongside it at some point to some degree. I haven't decided yet. It depends on my time and how much I can squeeze in when doing. Now I'm doing editing and playing a little bit of work. I can kind of squeeze a bit more in. But last time out we had Manchester City in the league and Sevilla in the second leg of the Europa League. I think it was the quarter-final, top of my head. Keep forgetting all that stuff. It's been a couple of days since I recorded. We had I think from what I recall, a resounding result against Manchester City and a decent, although tense ending against Sevilla, but we got through, which leads us into today where we do have Inter Milan in the first leg at the semi final of the Europa League, and we've got Man United in the league, which when we have a look at the league table is just vital for all sorts of reasons, which we'll go into now. But we'll have a look at the games and what we've done in between this episode and the last one. Now, there's not so much of a break between the games in this one, and my computer is actually running quite quietly, very strangely. It hasn't done that for a while. But we had Bournemouth in the league. Maitland-Niles broke the deadlock on 69 minutes. I mean, it was a really boring, lifeless match. The first half had, I think, 0 highlights, apart from the kick-off one. It was a heavily rotated team. We had a lot of players who are high injury risks. I have been using a little bit more the Fox in the Box FM injury sort of squad view, so that's really helping with that. I'm going to probably tweak it a little bit and make my own one, just to get a bit more information in there, because it's a lot of information on there. My screen doesn't really fit it all in, and there's some of it maybe I don't necessarily need, so I'm going to try and change it. But Nketiah came off the bench in this game, and he actually went off injured, as you can see, and he's out for, I think it's 9 months, 6 to 8 months now. It was 9 months with a damaged cruciate ligament. I'm absolutely gutted. I mean, he was starting to play a bit more. I was going to drop him in a bit more into the team, but this has just completely ruled him out, and ruled him out most of next season as well, unfortunately. But we're 3 points on the board, which was all that we needed. We had, I think there was a game just before, I think Man United or Man City, as I can hear the laptop starting to power up a bit more now and make some noise. We needed to get the result here, so vital. We then had Palace at home. We stuck with the same rotation. Zellerem got an opener, which we're actually going to have a look at in a minute. He grabbed a second as well, which wasn't too shabby. And then Zinchenko got a red card for Palace, who I think is on loan from Man City. They've also got McTominay on loan from Man United and Foden on loan from Man City. So quite a good little loan squad there they've got, but they couldn't really do much, and the red card didn't help them. But the game was already won. We were all over them. 34% possession they had, and look at the shots: 23 and 12 against 6 and 5, and didn't really see any of that. But we're going to have a look at the first goal, if I can remember how to do it. So here's the goal. We've managed to turn 3D on and the right highlights, but as you can see, an overhead kick, and what a goal! An overhead kick from that sort of distance. That was 5 minutes into the game. This is the second goal. So Lacazette picks up the ball on the edge of the box. I thought this was quite a good finish as well from memory, but not too sure. He just ghosts in the middle of the box after great work from Lacazette. So yeah, great 2-0 win against Palace, and that's all we could ask for, really. And then the final game before today is Leicester at home. I think we stuck with the rotated squad again. We had to tweak one or two. We could bring Brooks in on right midfield because he couldn't play against Bournemouth. I think he came in the last game against Palace as well. But Maitland-Niles steps up again after 8 minutes, grabs a goal. Lichtsteiner got one as well, and I think his was a pretty decent goal as well. So we'll look at that in a minute. Before Lacazette sort of rounded it off on 85, but that was just after Danny Pacheco got one back for them. But we sealed the game out with Lacazette's goal, and that was the end of that, really. We got Manager of the Month this month as well. Maitland-Niles got Young Player of the Month, and Zellerem finished second in Goal of the Month behind Alvaro Morata. I haven't seen his goal, but it must have been something special to be beating Zellerem's. But we'll have a look at Lichtsteiner's goal here. So this is the first goal, which is Maitland-Niles. I think this was a pretty good finish as well. Just tucks inside on his left foot and just wallops it. Still a little bit fast, maybe a little bit jittery as well, but this is the goal we're here to see. So Xhaka pings it across Lichtsteiner, and on the volley, just pelts it over. Yeah, the highlights are a little bit fast. This is the one they pulled back right at the death. I mean, it shouldn't have been happening. Narrow angle, and he's still finished. And then the final word from Lacazette. Vecino picks it up, smacks it out to Lichtsteiner on the right. First time cross, and Lacazette on the head. that's the 3 points, and we'll look at the table now. So as you can see, 3 games to go. We've got a game in hand on United, which is, well, isn't today. We've got a win, a win here is must need, vital. Or a draw would possibly still work with the game in hand actually, but we just can't be losing to Man United. If they win, I think they've pretty much wrapped it up. I don't know what their running is, but we've got a tough one. We've got a game in 2 days. I think we've got Southampton in 2, so we'll have a look at the schedule in a minute. But yeah, must-win game, but it's right up there. I mean, even Man City is still in the mix. It would take a lot for Liverpool to get themselves involved, but I mean, I don't think they can actually. Well, they can, but it would take a ridiculous turn of events for them to be finishing top of the table here. If we look at the schedule, yes, we've got Inter today on the 2nd. We've got 2 days later, we've got Man United. And then 2 days later, we've got Southampton. And then 3 days, Inter again. And then it's a really tough schedule. Hence why I was resting a lot of the players in the league games before that. But we can't do that today. We're going to have to go for it against Inter. We're going to have to try and give them a day's rest or something. And just go again for Man United and just hope we can get something out of it at Old Trafford as well. But we'll jump into the game. The team is set up, so we'll cut now to the lineups. So here are the lineups. We've got Aubameyang up front, Rafinha just behind. I was toying with trying to get Mkhitaryan in behind there, but we just don't have enough fit midfielders to play on the right hand side, so he takes up his usual spot. We've got Neni, Ramsey and Iwobi in the best midfield positions. Kolasinac holding Socrates and Bellerin and Bernd Leno. It's pretty much as strong as we can go, apart from Ozil just behind Aubameyang, but he's going to miss the rest of the season. We've got Paqueta back on the bench now. We've got a strong bench, I'd say. They've got Handanovic in goal, Asamoah at left back, Skriniar, De Vrij, Vrjalko, Nainggolan, Brozovic, Perisic, João Mario, Politano and Icardi. Quite a good bench as well, not to be sniffed at, but I think at home I fancy the odds. Overall in the tie, it's going to be a tough one, but at home, if we can avoid the injuries, we can keep everyone fit, which we're going to struggle with the 2 games involved, then we stand a chance in the whole overall tie. We're going to switch. I can't switch back to 2D just yet. I'm going to have to wait till now. There we are. And we mentioned about keeping out the injuries. We've lost Kolasinac within a minute and a half. So we bring Lichtsteiner on because we haven't got... I mean, I could have brought Maitland-Niles on, but we've brought Lichtsteiner on. Rafinha with the corner here early on. And it's straight at Handanovic, who rolls it out. We're not... Oh my god, we're not set here. And Lichtsteiner possibly getting caught out by Politano. He's cut inside. João Mario, who obviously was on loan at West Ham last year, is a wild shot that's going nowhere. It's another... Was this a throw here? Socrates takes it. I don't know why he's taking the throw, but we'll have to look at that maybe in the set pieces. Finds Ramsey. Is that a penalty? No, not... I get that. They're looking very dangerous on the counter here. But Lichtsteiner, a good tackle, but it's still with Brozovic. Politano, straight at Leno, fortunately. And is it going to continue here with our attack, maybe? He rolls it out to Holding. Is it going to end, or is it going to let us continue with the attack? It looks like it's going to let us continue, or, well, start to, but they're going to counter us again. Oh, that's a... Oh, good save by Leno again. We're getting a little bit lucky here. As they come at us again. Oh, I thought it was going to be a penalty, but it somehow ended back up in the net. I think it's a deflection. Oh, and that's the away goal we did not want to concede at home. So, I didn't actually see what happened here. I think there was a deflection. So, into the Mario. Finds Politano. Tackled. Nainggolan. Into Brozovic. I mean, the way it went in, I thought it was deflected, but that's just very poor goalkeeping. And they're coming... I mean, we're just not... We're second best at everything at the moment. Good shot by Politano and a good save by Leno this time. Redeeming himself for that last attack. And it's just constant pressure here at the moment. Not helped by the fact we've got a right back at left back, it must be said, but I don't think that's purely the reason. A good tackle again. We can break here. If we can just keep the ball past to each other, come on. And they've hit the post from their corner. Can we counter here? Oh, Aubameyang does take it. Finds Rafinha. A good ball needed here. Oh, just, what a waste of an attack. So it starts with them again. Can we win the header? I mean, Holding should be beating Icardi. I think he was fouled in the process, but we do get the advantage and we carry on here. Oh, great ball to Mkhitaryan. Again, a good delivery needed here. It's not the best, but it finds Iwobi. Aubameyang. And I'm not sure what happened there, but we don't get a goal. Iwobi drifting inside, but he's tackled again by the right back who followed him all the way, Vijalko. And it's a wild cross by Perisic. I don't know if it was it's intimating it was a shot rather than a cross. And we get into half time, slightly fortunate to only be 1-0 down here, really. Real Madrid and Liverpool drawing at the moment as well. We'll go with disappointing. I think that pretty much sums it up. We'll send them out for the second half. They're all very nervous, which, yeah, it's not great. There's a highlight here with Lichtstein on the left-hand side, but it's that typical throw-in that doesn't go to your man. It seems to happen quite a lot. Mkhitaryan finds Aubameyang, and he's got to score that. He has got to be scoring those. And we're going to make some changes with 20 minutes to go. I mean, Aubameyang's had a stinker. Ramsey's had an absolute stinker. We're going to bring Maitland-Niles on, and we're going to bring Paqueta on for... Oh, we've made all our subs, have we? Who do we need to change more? I think everything, yeah. Ramsey's just having an absolute mare. He's having an absolute western out there. And with 5 minutes to go, time's just kind of getting away from us. Nothing's really happening. Zavrai's picked up a knock. I don't think that's a big deal for them. Can we grab a last minute one? Rafinha, Bellerin needs a good cross here to find Lacazette, hopefully. Gets his shot on, but it's straight at Handanovic. He scored a couple of headers recently, so I was a bit hopeful there, but that is the end of the game and a disappointing, whimpering 1-0 win. I mean, if you look at possession and you look at the shots, it looks like we were dominating that game, but it didn't feel like it. It certainly didn't feel like it. So what we have to do is to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down, try and get everyone rested, get back fit. Hopefully Kolasinac isn't out for too long. Just go again for this Man United game, which we'll be with shortly. You'll cut to the lineups for that game. You'll see if Kolasinac is back, I guess. Here we are. So we've gone that mammoth 2-day break between games, and we've gone pretty much full strength here as we can do. Kolasinac is going to be out for 4 to 8 weeks, I think it was, so he's going to miss the FA Cup final, so he is out for the season. It certainly looks like he's going to miss everything. So Monreal comes in his place. So it's the same team that faced Inter. Don't know why, because they were absolutely awful, but we've got to go with our best 11, really. We've got Lukaku, Sanchez and Pavon, who they've signed from Boca Juniors in their front three. Matic, Pogba and Emre Can in holding midfield. Darmian at left back, which is strange because I think he's a right back. Valencia at right back, and then Bailey and Lindelof in goal with in defence with De Gea just behind. They got Diaz, who I looked at before. They signed him for an absolute fortune. He's from Benfica, I think. Benfica, 54 million. I mean, he got second in Young Player of the Month when Maitland-Niles won it. So I had a look at him. Yeah, he looks really good, but a lot of money for a young man. Rashford, Mata, Lingard, Phil Jones and Camacho they've signed as well. So we'll just get into this one now, try and keep this a fairly short episode. Although I did talk a lot during the intergame, even between highlights, so I might have to cut some of that out. Otherwise it still will be quite a long one. But we're going here. We don't have, annoyingly, the league table because of the cup games is disappearing. I've noticed second yellow card mentioning this and it hadn't been affecting me, I didn't think, until recently. So we'll pop the league table back in. If it's going to let me adjust the size of it. Doesn't seem to be at the moment. There we go. As they are sort of on the attack in possession here coming forward, but we are repelling them. Right, so most of these highlights has just been me trying to get the league table sorted, but as you can see here, it's very important in this game to keep an eye on that table because we can see what's going on, not just in this game but around as well. Man City is still in contention. Liverpool can still put themselves in, some sort of contention. If we lose here, we could be looking at not even finishing second. We could be looking at a third or fourth place, really. And obviously the schedule we've got as well. Bellerin, Socrates here with a chance to play it forward. It's not good enough, and only finds a Ramsey. Now we have a chance to come forward ourselves. But a terrible bit of play from Mkhitaryan, just gifted it away. Bellerin, we just can't get the second ball. We're clearing it and it's just bouncing straight back, but Bellerin does. Now we just need to keep this nice and sensible. Mkhitaryan, you've got the chance to just pick a pass here, do something that isn't just giving it back to a Man United player. We should have gone left then, he was in open space. Mkhitaryan just shoots it straight at De Gea. Best chance of the game so far, I think, falls our way and it's a miss. We have a free kick here. Rafinha finds Mkhitaryan. A chance to score against his old club, but he doesn't quite do it. And another free kick. Mkhitaryan to deliver. Claimed by De Gea. Too easy. Not the best delivery as he fires it out. Hopefully we can win the header here. We do. But again, it's that second ball. Pavon with a chance to run at Monreal, who's already booked. And Alexis at the far post. We're saying how Mkhitaryan couldn't score against his old club. Alexis Sanchez has. And that's 1-0 to Man United. And driving seat for the title, really. Alexis just running free again here. I mean, we're caught so short at the back, it's got to be 2-0. How that isn't 2-0, I don't know. They've hit the post and a last-ditch clearance from Bellerin. We're under the cosh here. 2 very bad episodes. 2 games in this episode here. So, as it stands, of course. I mean, they're looking more tired than us, considering we played 2 days ago. We did that rest, and it seemed to give everyone a little bit of a boost, a bit of fitness. But, I mean, we are struggling. We're going to give it a little bit more in the second half, but we're going to have to make some probably tactical tweaks at some point, maybe on the hour, maybe even before that. And it's Man United. Yeah, it's still going the same way. And it's deflected in. It's another deflected goal. OG, Alex Iwobi. And at this point, we're going to make changes. What do we do? So we're going to put Aubameyang more central. We're going to put Iwobi further forward. Rafinha in behind. Mkhitaryan in behind. And then we are going to go. We'll bring him back. Support. Same with Bellerin. We're going to make these 2 attackers. Yeah, we're not going to make him as an inside forward, I don't think. We're going to push him forward as an advanced. I don't want him as deep line forward. I want him as advanced forward. And Rafinha, advanced playmaker on support. Going to make Ramsey a box-to-box. And yeah, El Neni CDM on defend. I think that's fine. In fact, we'll make him a ball-winning midfielder, I think. Just see what that can do us. We can make some personnel changes at some point. Coming forward here, Pogba. I assume the changes have taken place already. I mean, they're just knocking it around their midfield so easily here. We do make the interception. Iwobi drops back. But his pass is just risky and woeful here. But El Neni stills in himself. And Aubameyang, chance to get ahead. And the shot is deflected onto De Gea. It's gone out for a corner. That was, again, another great chance for us to pull something back here. Is that going to be the end of the highlight? I suspect it probably is. No, it is carrying on. Hold. Oh, for God's sake. It's a corner to United. I mean, it's going to take a mammoth effort with, 25 minutes to go here to pull a 2-0 deficit back. 1-0, we could maybe snatch something. As I thought they scored again then, but they brought Rashford on for Lukaku. If we can get a quick one here, we have a chance. Mkhitaryan, it's hit him on the back of the head. I mean, when it isn't your day, it isn't your day. We might even have to think about getting Mkhitaryan off. He's had a bit of a stinker as well. Iwobi, he had a chance to cross it and it's just cleared again. And Rashford is through. I mean, his shot's worse than Aubameyang's, to be honest. What we're going to do, we're going to bring Lacazette out on the right. He's going to play as winger on attack. We're going to bring Paqueta on for Rafinha. He just hasn't done anything today. Attacking midfielder on attack, I think. And is anyone struggling particularly? El Neni is going to be, so we're going to bring Torreira on. Bit of bite in that midfield. Triple change, 20 minutes to go. Last roll of the dice, really. And 10 minutes to go, nothing is happening. I suspect this is probably our league title hopes completely gone. Absolutely decimated by Jose Mourinho's Man United. And to be fair, I mean, we've had 2 really good chances. It could have been 2-2. Did we deserve to draw? Possibly. Not too sure. And that's my timer. That's my dinner. About to be ready. Good timing. As we lose 2-0 to Manchester United. What a really disappointing episode considering how everything's been recently. Really disappointing. We've got Southampton next, of course, and they are 10th, so it's not as if it's easy just to chuck out a rotated team. We've still got to go for this. But we've also got to keep ourselves in the Inter game as well, which sort of follows not long after, doesn't it? So, the budgets for next season, 85 million, so something there to work with. So, we'll have a look at the schedule before we're going to come back next time. There's not many games left now. It's probably going to be Southampton in Inter. Now, do you know what? I'll go Inter and Huddersfield because there's still a chance for the league. If we can keep in it, that brings it. There's something to play for in the league at some point anyway, because at the very least we're to be seeing whether we're going to finish second, third, fourth, maybe, who knows. So it gives us something to play for. The Southampton game is kind of in a dead space at the moment. So we'll come back for Inter and Huddersfield, and then obviously we've got the FA Cup final and unlikely Europa League final, but who knows. The way we play, we're really unpredictable, you can never tell. So 5 points behind United now. They can get to 89. We can't. So they have won the league if they get a draw. In fact, I think a draw in their last game, perhaps. I think wins in the league. Who have they got? They've got Brighton. I mean, they are actually still in the Champions League semi-final stage themselves. They lost to Barcelona 1-0, so that explains why they were more tired. Well, not more tired than us, but tired than us. They had an extra day. They shouldn't have been. Obviously didn't rest. But yeah, so who we got? Man City, they're a point behind. I think they just lost, in fact. No, they beat Burnley. They got West Ham and Watford, who are here. Oh, tough games, okay. Liverpool, I mean, yeah, they're still in the mixer, aren't they? Who have they got? Wolves and Tottenham. The Wolves are down the bottom, I think. Yeah, but and who was the other one? Tottenham, 7th at the moment. So with aspirations themselves are getting back into the. I don't know, can they get in the European Cup places? No, 5th I think is the last one. So yeah, not really too much going on there. But I think we're going to wrap this episode up there. If you enjoyed this episode, please do drop a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, please drop a sub while you're here. Keep up on this content stuff. Any comments will be great. If you do want to see a continuation of this Arsenal save, let me know. I'm open to it. It won't be my main save. It might come in every now and then. I haven't decided yet. I mean, I've got my main save in progress, and it depends on the database still to a degree, I guess. But we'll see how that goes. I've got a few things. I've got a trailer I'm preparing as well, so I'll be dropping that out soon. Yeah, so until next time for, well, what was it? Inter and Huddersfield, I think it was. See you next time. Take care.